And also, I'm interested concerning the specific action of drugs like stimulants, psychedelics, and depressants. What is their specific action? What is the nature of their stress? And how will their unstressing be felt? And how deep is their stress?
The stress is not deeper than the injection of knowledge. The effect of drugs is on the body, and it does influence the action of the mind. But even though it injures the ability of the mind to touch the level of the spirit or the soul transcendent, even then the drugs are not so powerful as this knowledge. Knowledge goes deeper than the influence of drugs, and therefore we have all hope if the injections of knowledge could be given to those fond of drugs. They could be transformed very quickly. The force of evolution will not allow them to be in drug all the time. There will be a return. But with the injections of knowledge, suddenly one man can be awakened. So the problem of drug abuse is the problem of ignorance. As the cause of drugs, I see only one main thing, and that is lack of knowledge of life. If one knows when one is growing into the world, 12, 13, 14, 15 years, if one knows what great possibility is open to every human being, and that by carefully using this machine and carefully culturing it to greater and greater purity, his aim of life is fixed on that goal of infinity. Always, nothing else is so important as gaining cosmic consciousness quickly as possible. And then no question of any weakening influences in life. Once a man wants to have cosmic consciousness because he may enjoy bliss consciousness all the time. Once this is clear to him, and he has this natural, simple technique, and he is using this morning and evening, every day his level of consciousness will be higher. Every day his thoughts will be purer, will be right, in the right direction. Every day life will be growing towards higher levels of evolution, more and more and more and more and more. Any weakening influence in that uplifting wave of life will have absolutely no influence. The whole environment may be full of druggists, but he is fixed on his vision of cosmic consciousness, and he is meditating morning and evening. Sometimes he says, "Hello, how are you?" But that hello is for sympathy and for raising them higher up, because he knows what he wants to do, wants to rise to cosmic consciousness as soon as possible, because from that level is the real joy of living. It's just this lack of knowledge about the nature of life and about the possibility open to everyone that makes the people fall into weakening influences here and there. It's very unnatural. It's very unnatural to fall under the weakening influences. It's very unnatural. But then, in the absence of knowledge, proper knowledge of life, one in darkness, what can happen? In darkness, trying to search something, one can keep on dashing one's head against the walls. That's all that can happen when one searches in darkness. But now it is not necessary for our children and youth and for the people in our society to search in darkness, because this knowledge of life is available. It's so complete in its principles, it's so practical to give benefit, and just this knowledge has to be whispered everywhere. We have to structure the means of whispering this knowledge to all, and then everyone is fixed on the fast moving stream of evolution. Everything good. If one doesn't know, then one can't be expected to behave on something which one doesn't know. The moment one knows, everything is so brilliant and bright, no weakening influence will ever touch a man. That is the reason why we want to have as many teachers of this transcendental meditation or science of creative intelligence, whatever we call it, doesn't matter the name. But this knowledge must reach every man. And there is no other way except having more and more knowledgeable people moving around and whispering the truth to all. That is our aspiration. We know what is the situation in the world, and we are deeply affected by it. But when we look at the means to change the situation, this we have found, this supreme knowledge, whispers of supreme knowledge, and just giving this technique is the only practical way. That is why in a hurry we are mobilizing ourselves with all those knowers of reality to become the exponents of reality and speak the truth out, elevate the life of all the people.